What should you do if someone you're dating starts losing interest in you? It can be a difficult and overwhelming experience, but it doesn't have to mean it's the end of the relationship. Instead of letting them slip away, there are certain steps you can take to regain their interest in you, and it shouldn't be a problem. So listen up, brothers. I will teach you how to regain their interest and pay attention to the last step. So follow what I am going to tell you in this video. Chances are they'll value and respect you even more than before. Number 10. Keep yourself busy with enjoyable pursuits and hobbies. Instead of giving up on yourself because you feel that someone is losing interest in you, start exploring new interests and activities that make you happy. You can do anything from hiking, cycling, jogging, or join the gym, but whatever you do, make sure your new hobbies are not self-destructive. Don't let someone else's lack of interest stop you from getting yourself out of the home and doing something you enjoy in order to focus on yourself and develop your own self-confidence. Take matters into your own hands and become who you always wanted to be. Instead of defining yourself, find joy in the things that bring you happiness and focus on them. You'll undoubtedly come out of it feeling better and more confident than before. Number 9. I know this is an old saying, but believe it or not, it can be true. As the saying goes, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back to you, it's yours forever. If it doesn't, it was never meant to be. When someone is losing interest in you, don't try to prioritize them or make them a priority in your life. Instead, take a step back and give them space. Don't go out of your way to try to win them back or convince them to stay. You should be doing the opposite. Go your own way and let them start missing you. After all, it was them who started acting indifferent towards you, and they will soon start to realize they might have lost you. Number 8. Don't force anything. The last thing you want to do is put them in a position where they feel forced to stick with you. Instead, say you understand and let them be for a while you focus on your own self-improvement. If they decide to stay, that's great, but if not, you should take it that they just lost some attraction for you in that moment, but you can easily regain it. Although it's difficult, it's crucial to keep in mind that making someone feel under pressure will make you look desperate and needy, which will turn them off even further. Instead, you bounce back on your grind. Number 7. Focus on improving yourself instead of the individual who is losing interest. Spend some time enhancing your inner self, pursuing interests and passions that make you happy and strong, and make sure that your physical and mental health is being taken care of. This is an opportunity to be honest with yourself about who you are and what you want out of life, and if you even need to be in a relationship. If you take the time to work on yourself, you'll be able to understand your needs, wants, and boundaries and be in a better position to make decisions about how to handle the situation with the person who's losing interest. You might find that the person who's losing interest isn't worth your time and effort after all, because a lot of them come across as nice and caring, but deep down they are fake and superficial. Or you might realize that the relationship just needs a reality check, and that you call the shots here. Number 6. The most valuable resource you have is your time, so don't waste it on the wrong people. You can't get it back. While it's important to be dependable and supportive for our partners, it's also important to give them some distance and become a mystery. This doesn't mean that you should ignore them or give them the cold shoulder. It just means that you need to give them some space and not be available all the time. Even though someone losing interest in you is never easy to handle, the best course of action is to stop communicating with them and stop reaching out to them first. Let them start to wonder if you found somebody else. Number 5. Let them see your value. Trying to persuade someone to stick around when they don't want to will only lead to further hurt and pain. You might be tempted to reach out and ask what's wrong or try to save the relationship by simping and saying sorry, but it's important to resist that urge. If you don't stop contacting them, it will only make things worse and possibly push them further away. It may be difficult, but it's the best thing you can do for yourself. Instead, you should focus on killing them with success. If you start getting into good shape and making more money, then let that be known that you are doing better off without them. Don't be afraid to show off your new body and start gaining social status. They will quickly realize they made a mistake doubting you. Number 4. Hang out with your brothers. But firstly, avoid being around people who try to undermine your ambitions. Losers will always do this. Your true friends will inspire you to believe that you can achieve greatness. Surrounding yourself with positive people can make you feel better about yourself and serve as a constant reminder of your value. When you spend time with other people, you can hear other people's points of view and maybe learn from their situations, which might give you fresh thoughts on how to handle the problem. Taking a break from the scenario can also give you the chance to view it from a different viewpoint. The best reality check may be to accept that the person who is losing interest in you is no longer a part of your life. If they do decide to rekindle their interest, be sure to keep them at a distance and not to just take them in with open arms. They have proven you can't fully trust them just yet in any ways. Number 3. Avoid being needy. Being pushy shows your desperation, which is never appealing. When someone is losing interest in you, the best course of action is to take a step back and never beg them to stay. Don't be overly eager to please or to force a commitment out of them. It's easy to get carried away when trying to keep someone interested. We start to think that if we push harder and try to make them like us more, then eventually we'll get to the results we want. But in truth, you should just act like they can take it or leave it, and that your life is complete with or without them. Number 2. Don't make up reasons for their bad behavior. Making up reasons for why someone was losing interest in you is not only degrading, it's a sign that you aren't respecting yourself. When they decide to come back, hold them accountable for their disrespectful behavior and that you did not appreciate how that went down. Instead, they are going to have to prove themselves to you, or else they can hit the road. Number 1. Now pay attention to your personal ambitions and goals. It's simple to become lost in your purpose when someone you care about stopped being interested in you, but it's crucial to remember that your happiness and success should come from within. No matter what occurs, you should concentrate on your own objectives and ambitions. Regardless if they have come back or not, your dreams and goals are your future from now on. And they can follow your program or get lost if they want. It's very simple. Never let someone else's judgment of you determine your own self-worth. You have the power to shape your own destiny, so don't allow anyone to stand in the way of your dreams. Remind yourself of all the wonderful things you have to offer, and don't let anyone take those away from you. Also, remember to stay true to yourself and refuse to accept anything less than what you deserve. And that's all for this video, brothers. Support the movement by subscribing, liking, and sharing. Make sure to check out the channel for more quality content.